Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Good morning, everyone, and a very happy Friday to you. You are listening to Connecting the Dots. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. We are coming to you live from the Snarful Solutions Group headquarters right here in Sacramento.
It is Friday, January 30th, 2026. We finally made it to the end of the month.
We did, barely. Though, looking out the window this morning, I'm not sure I can see the end of the driveway.
It is thick out there. For our locals, just a heads up, we are under a dense fog advisory until noon today. So, take it slow out there.
Definitely. But honestly, a little fog feels like a luxury when you look at the national map.
Oh, absolutely. The East Coast is getting hammered.
Yeah, a massive Arctic blast is moving through. We're talking record low temperatures all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And a big snowstorm is brewing for the Carolinas and Virginia this weekend. So if you're out there, please stay safe.
It's a chaotic end to the month for sure. And the financial markets, well, they seem to be feeling that same energy.
A very mixed bag. The Dow managed to close up yesterday, but just barely. About 0.27%, sitting at 49,071.
And the S&P.
That dipped a little. Down 0.13% to 6,969.
Okay, and for our crypto watchers?
Not a great start to the day. Bitcoin's pulled back, trading down almost 2%. It's hovering right around $82,000, maybe $83,000.
So everyone's kind of holding their breath.
Seems that way.
Well, if all that has you feeling a little sluggish, we've got just the thing. We are really thrilled to welcome a new partner to the show, Strong Coffee.
I was skeptical about this one. When you hear instant coffee, you don't exactly think premium.
You think of sad brown water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is completely different. It actually tastes like a real traditional brew. But the real kicker is what's inside.
Right. It's packed with 15 grams of protein, MCTs, and adaptogens like ashwagandha.
So you get this clean, sustained energy. No jitters, no crash, just focus.
It's a great way to upgrade your morning. Just head over to strongcoffeecompany.com and use our promo code SNARFUL, that's SNARFUL, for 20% off your entire purchase.
It is a total game changer.
All right, we've got our coffee. Let's get into the Snarful Tech article, Report the Morning Star. And today, it's really all about one company.
The fruit company.
The fruit company. Apple dropped their Q1 earnings, and calling it a beat feels like a bit of an understatement.
Oh, demolition's probably a better word. They just crushed Wall Street's expectations. Revenue came in at $143.8 billion.
Which is up 16% year over year.
Right. And analysts were expecting something like $5 billion less than that.
That's a huge miss for the analysts. And the engine behind all this, it has to be the iPhone 17, right?
It is. iPhone revenue alone jumped 23%, over $85 billion. The new lineup is just flying off the shelves.
Okay, but this is where it gets interesting because we've spent months hearing analysts worry about China.
Right. The narrative was sales are slowing, competition is fierce, nationalism is hurting them.
And then what happened?
And then Apple just drops the mic. Sales in Greater China didn't just grow, they exploded, up 38% to $25.5 billion.
38%. In a market that's supposed to be saturated. How?
Well, two things. One, a record number of people upgraded their old iPhones. But the really important number, the one that has competitors sweating, is the switchers.
People coming from Android.
Exactly.
Right.
Double-digit growth in people switching from Android to iPhone in China. It just completely flips the script on that whole narrative.
It really suggests that the premium product is winning regardless of all the geopolitical noise.
It's flight to quality, for sure.
But selling that many phones comes with a physical reality check. You have to actually build them.
Right. And that's the friction point. Cook was pretty open about it. They're constrained on chips from TSMC, and there are some serious shortages of memory chips from Samsung and SK Hynix.
Which makes sense. All the data centers for the AI boom are eating up the high bandwidth memory.
It's a resource war. So while demand is through the roof, actually getting the phones into people's hands might be a little tougher this quarter.
Now, before we move on, there was another note that came out with the earnings, a bit more of a somber one.
There was. Amidst all this, CEO Tim Cook sent a memo to employees about the recent events in Minneapolis with ICE agents.
It's been a very tense situation there.
It has. He said he was heartbroken by what happened and mentioned he'd spoken directly with President Trump to call for de-escalation.
It really just shows the kind of tightrope these modern CEOs have to walk.
For sure. Part business leader, part diplomat.
Okay, so story number 1. The iPhone is back in a huge way, and China is buying.
And the only thing holding them back is how fast they can build them.
All right, let's move to our second story. Because you don't just buy the phone, you use it. And that brings us to the ecosystem.
The sticky factor. This is Apple's superpower. Services revenue hit $30 billion this quarter, up 14%.
$30 billion, just from services. That's bigger than many Fortune 500 companies' entire annual revenue.
And the scale is just, it's hard to even comprehend. They gave us a new number for their active installed base.
What is it now?
It has officially surpassed 2.5 billion devices.
Wow, 2.5 billion. That's a lot of screens.
And once you have the screen, you subscribe, you download, you watch.
Speaking of watching, Apple TV is really having a moment.
A big one. Viewership jumped 36% in December alone. I think I know why you're excited about that.
Oh, you know it. Ted Lasso is officially coming back for season 4 this summer.
I thought they wrapped that up perfectly. But I guess you can't keep a good coach down.
Never. And it's not just that. The drama Pluribus is doing huge numbers, and they just got a Best Picture nomination for that Brad Pitt F1 movie.
Which is huge validation for a streamer. But this is the flywheel effect we always talk about.
Yeah.
You buy the iPhone, then you sign up for Apple One to watch the shows, then you need iCloud storage.
And suddenly you're paying them every month forever.
And now they're making the core of that even smarter. I saw the news about the Google partnership.
Yes, this is a big strategic shift. They're partnering with Google to use the Gemini model to power parts of Siri.
So they're finally admitting they need help with AI.
It seems like they're prioritizing user experience over pride, you know? Use the best tech available to make Siri better, which keeps people locked into the ecosystem.
Which is a perfect segue to our third story. Because while they're partnering on the software brains, they're buying up tech to change how we physically interact with it.
This is the sci-fi part of the show. My favorite story of the day.
Mine too. Apple just made its second largest acquisition ever. They spent about $2 billion on an Israeli AI startup called QII.
$2 billion! That's a massive bet. So what do?
Silent speech interpretation.
Okay, explain that.
So the technology analyzes the micro movements in your facial muscles to understand what you're saying without you making a sound.
Wait, so I just mouth the words and it knows what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like superpowered lip reading. They also specialize in cleaning up audio in really noisy places.
Let's unpack this. First, the who. The founder is a guy named Aviad Maisels. That name should ring a bell.
I feel like I know that name.
He founded a company called PrimeSense. Apple bought them back in 2013.
That became Face ID.
Bingo. So this guy has already fundamentally changed how we use our phones. Now he's back to do it again.
Okay, so the application here. Think about AirPods.
Right. I'm on a crowded train. I want to dictate a reply. Right now I have to be that guy talking into the air.
Which no one wants to be. It's so awkward.
No one. But with this tech, I just mouth it.
Nonverbal discussions. You can be in a quiet library or at a loud concert. It doesn't matter. The system reads your face.
This connects directly to the Vision Pro headset, too.
100%. You don't want to be shouting commands when you're wearing a headset. You want it to feel, almost telepathic. This gets us closer.
It's also a direct shot at the competition, right? Meta with their Ray-Ban glasses.
For sure. If Apple can solve the input problem, if they can make talking to your AI not socially awkward because you don't actually have to talk, that's a huge advantage.
It takes the weirdness out of wearable tech.
And it locks you into that hardware ecosystem even tighter.
So, to recap the morning, Apple's making more money than ever, China loves the iPhone, Ted Lasso is coming back to keep us subscribed.
And soon we'll all be silently mouthing commands to our glasses like we're wizards.
It is a brave new world.
It certainly is.
Now, before we wrap things up, we have one more partner to shout out.
This one is for all the golfers listening. We're talking about Skony.
Skony makes these premium golf shoes that, and I'm saying this as someone who struggles with golf fashion, they actually look really good.
They do. You usually have to choose between performance and style, but these really do both. They're comfortable, they look sharp, and they perform on the course.
So if you're planning to hit the links, you need to check them out. Go to skony.com, and you can use that same promo code SNARFL to get 15% off your entire purchase.
A good deal.
So looking at everything we talked about today, what's the one big takeaway?
I think it's convergence. We talk about hardware and software, but the lines are blurring completely. The success of the iPhone, the growth in services, this Q.II purchase. It's all about creating one seamless, almost invisible experience.
The companies that nail that invisible integration are the ones that are going to win.
And right now, Apple seems to be winning pretty hard.
$143 billion says you're right.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on that silent speech thing, though. I feel like my wife would love that feature for me.
Just mouth the words, don't actually say them. I think a lot of spouses would pay extra for that.
You are probably right. Well, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us.
Stay warm, watch out for that fog, and have a great weekend.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.